Good evening, everyone. We begin again tonight with the extraordinary political pivot in the United States and the woman now taking her place as the frontrunner for the Democratic nomination. Vice President Kamala Harris cheered on by supporters on the first full day of her campaign. Late today, President Joe Biden, recovering from COVID, calling the team to rally behind Harris. Since Biden dropped out yesterday, Harris's team says she's raised more than $81 million, the largest 24-hour sum reported by either side in the 2024 campaign. And now the urgent push to name a running mate. On the short list, California Governor Gavin Newsom, Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear. Other possibilities, Democrats who could help in key battlegrounds. Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, Arizona's Mark Kelly, and North Carolina's Roy Cooper. The head of the U.S. Secret Service resisted new calls to resign today after a bipartisan grilling into the security lapses leading up to the assassination attempt on Donald Trump.
What happened before and after the assassination attempt that the Secret Service director today called preventable, the subject of a fiery congressional hearing.
You're full of today. You're just being completely dishonest.
During hours of testimony, frustrated lawmakers repeatedly called for the resignation of Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle.
If you have an assassination attempt on a president, a former president, or a candidate, you need to resign.
You need to resign because this is absolutely unacceptable. You've lost the trust of the American people.
But Cheadle is refusing to resign. And if you ask many Republican lawmakers, refusing to answer key questions about what went wrong on July 13th.
Two Alberta men have been charged, accused of posting threats to kill Prime Minister Justin Trudeau online. It's alleged one of the men also threatened Deputy Prime Minister Chrystia Freeland and NDP leader Jagmeet Singh. RCMP acknowledged the evolving security environment for public figures, saying, quote, "We recognize this is a time for increased vigilance." There is also increased vigilance stemming from another threat in Western Canada tonight, wildfires. A community that returned home is now ready to evacuate again in BC. Thousands of lightning strikes have sparked new fires, and also under threat, a historic gold rush town. An Ontario court has ordered Canadian National Railway Company to pay $8 million. The fine is related to two derailments nearly a decade ago that released more than 3.6 million liters of crude into the environment in Northern Ontario. Investigators say the railway failed to maintain the tracks. CN says it accepts responsibility. Global Affairs Canada says it's trying to get more information from Israeli authorities after a Canadian man was shot dead by the country's security forces. Officers opened fire after the man allegedly threatened them with a knife 300 meters north of the Gaza border. And Israel has declared two more hostages held by Hamas in Gaza dead days before ceasefire talks are set to resume. The country's military says it is investigating the deaths of Alex Danzig and Yagev Bukshov. They were both abducted from their homes on October 7th. The announcement increases pressure on Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to agree to a ceasefire deal in return for the 120 hostages still held in Gaza. He is set to address a joint meeting of the U.S. Congress in Washington on Wednesday. Well, the runways of Paris are used to high fashion, but it won't just be models sporting new looks. It will also be athletes. Team Canada will be competing in style when the games open in a matter of days.